You've heard the advice: eat clean, eat healthy, know where your food comes from. But what if some of the most common foods in your kitchen are hiding secrets so disturbing they're banned in other countries? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the perfectly normal items you eat every day that the rest of the world considers too dangerous to sell. We're talking about chicken bleached with chlorine, bread made with yoga mat chemicals, and even salmon wearing makeup made from crude oil. This isn't just a list of weird facts, it's a look at the dark psychology behind what we've been convinced is safe. Number 8. The poison lurking in your baby's food. Every morning, parents across America are unknowingly feeding their babies one of nature's deadliest poisons: arsenic. And it's completely legal. That innocent-looking rice cereal you're spooning into your baby's mouth. It's basically a toxic time bomb. Rice naturally sucks up arsenic from soil and water like a toxic sponge, and because rice grows in flooded fields, it's swimming in an arsenic soup 24/7. Here's where it gets terrifying. The US allows 100 parts per billion of arsenic in baby cereals. Meanwhile, Europe took one look at that number and said, absolutely not. They've got way stricter limits because, it's literal poison. But wait, it gets worse. Babies are way more vulnerable to this stuff than adults. Their tiny bodies absorb 3 times more arsenic per pound of body weight. It's like giving a Chihuahua the same dose of medicine as a Great Dane. Every spoonful is a gamble with your baby's future. This daily exposure is linked to lower IQ scores and increased cancer risk later in life. Your baby's first food could be setting them up for a lifetime of problems, and you'd never know it. Manufacturers could fix this pretty easily. They could test their rice better or source it from cleaner regions, but that would cut into profits. And apparently, shareholder happiness beats baby brain development. So what's perfectly legal here is basically considered attempted poisoning across the pond. Number 7. The drug-fueled pork banned in 160 countries. Your breakfast bacon might be too drugged up to legally enter 160 countries. We're talking about ratamine, a drug that's basically steroids for pigs. American farmers love it because it makes pigs grow muscle faster and produce leaner meat. But this drug is so controversial that the entire European Union, Russia, and China have banned it. When China and Russia agree something is too dangerous, you know it's bad. Here's what this drug does to pigs. These poor animals start shaking uncontrollably. Their legs literally snap because their muscles are growing faster than their bones can handle. Others become so aggressive they'll attack anything that moves. It's like watching a horror movie, but it's happening on farms across America. And the FDA approved this drug for human consumption after testing it on just 6 people. 6. That's fewer people than a basketball team. And even in that pathetically small test group, some of them got heart palpitations. Their hearts started racing just from eating the meat. Scientists recently discovered this drug doesn't just build muscle. It hijacks a receptor in your brain called mTOR1. That's the same receptor that controls your fight or flight response and heart rate. So, every bite of bacon could be messing with your brain chemistry. While America says this is totally fine, the rest of the world treats it like chemical warfare. Your morning bacon is literally banned from most of the planet. Let that sink in. Number 6, America's yoga mat bread. Here's a fun fact that'll ruin your lunch. Your sandwich bread shares an ingredient with yoga mats. There's this chemical called aotic carbonamide that's used in both your Wonder Bread and your workout equipment. It's the same stuff that makes shoe soles bouncy and rubber duckies squishy. American food companies have been sneaking this yoga mat chemical into our bread for decades. They use it to make the bread super soft and fluffy, like eating an edible pillow. But here's the nightmare part. When you heat this stuff up during baking, it breaks down into 2 chemicals that are basically poison. One causes tumors in lab animals, and the other one scrambles your hormones. Your daily sandwich is a chemical experiment gone wrong. That's why Europe, Australia, and even Singapore have banned this ingredient completely. In Singapore, using it in food can get you 15 years in prison. 15 years for putting yoga mat chemicals in bread. Meanwhile, in America, the FDA says it's fine as long as you don't use too much. That's their actual safety standard. Just don't overdo the yoga mat chemicals. It's like saying a little bit of poison is okay. Factory workers who handle this stuff need respirators and protective gear. If it touches their skin, they can get chemical burns. So, we're basically eating something that requires hazmat protocols to handle safely. Your morning toast needs a warning label. The craziest part, bread companies could easily use vitamin C instead. It does the same job without the cancer risk, but foam chemicals are just cheaper. Your health is worth less than saving a few pennies per loaf. My personal opinion? It's a testament to how far a society will go to prioritize convenience and profit over the health of its citizens. The fact that the US allows these chemicals while other nations like Singapore and countries in the European Union have outright banned them tells a story of broken trust. It's an indictment of our regulatory system that it took 50 years to ban a chemical in soda that also works as a flame retardant. We've become a test lab for corporate-sanctioned chemicals, and our collective blind spot is what allows these disturbing practices to continue. The illusion of safety is often more important than the reality of it. Number 5. The hormone-injected milk banned across the globe. That milk you're pouring on your cereal might be hiding a dark secret. In America, dairy farmers inject their cows with something called RBGH. It's a synthetic hormone that forces cows to produce way more milk than nature intended. We're talking about making these animals pump out 15% more milk every single day. It's like forcing someone to donate blood twice as often as they should. The cow becomes a milk machine running on chemicals instead of nature, and the consequences are brutal. These cows develop painful udder infections so severe that pus literally ends up in the milk. Their joints give out from the constant strain. Many can barely walk by the time they're done producing. It's animal torture, disguised as farming. But here's what should really freak you out. The hormone-injected milk contains elevated levels of something called IGF-1. This chemical makes cells grow faster, including cancer cells. Studies have linked it to breast, prostate, and colon cancer. Your morning glass of milk could be feeding cancer cells. This stuff is so sketchy that Canada, the European Union, Japan, and Australia have all banned it. Even Russia said, "No thanks." When Russia thinks your food standards are too low, you've got a problem. But in America, it's still completely legal. And companies don't even have to tell you if your milk comes from hormone-injected cows. There's no warning label, no heads up. So every glass of milk is basically Russian roulette with added hormones. Number 4, the salmon that's artificially pink. Picture this. You're at the store eyeing that perfect piece of salmon for dinner. It's got that beautiful pink color that screams fresh and healthy, but that color is faker than a spray tan in December. Wild salmon gets its pink color naturally from eating tiny shrimp and krill. But farmed salmon live in underwater cages, eating pellets all day like aquatic prisoners without their natural diet. Farmed salmon meat is actually gray. Gray like old dishwater. Gray like sadness on a plate. So what do farmers do? They spike the salmon's food with synthetic dyes made from petroleum. Yes, the same petroleum that goes in your car. Your healthy dinner is wearing makeup made from crude oil. This practice is so sketchy that Australia and New Zealand have banned artificially colored salmon completely. But in America, this is totally normal. Farmers literally pick their salmon's color from a fan deck, like they're choosing paint at Home Depot. It's called the Samo fan, and it has 33 shades of fake pink. Want your salmon to be sunset orange 27 or wild pink 31? Just add more petrochemicals to their food. It's like Instagram thirst for fish. The craziest part is these dyes can cause retinal damage if you eat too much. So your healthy salmon dinner could literally damage your eyes. You're eating fish that's been dressed up with toxic makeup. Number 3, the soda that's also a flame retardant. Ever wonder why Mountain Dew doesn't separate like homemade lemonade? The answer involves the same chemicals used to fireproof your couch. That citrus soda contains something called brome-emanated vegetable oil, or BVO. This stuff is made by bonding vegetable oil with bromine, a chemical used in flame retardants. You're basically drinking liquid fire protection. It's not there to stop you from spontaneously combusting. It keeps the citrus flavoring from floating to the top like an oil slick. Without it, your soda would look like a lava lamp. So they added fire chemicals to make it pretty. But while Americans were chugging this fire-resistant formula, Other countries were horrified. Europe banned it back in 1970. Japan and India followed immediately. They looked at us like we were drinking poison because we were. Here's the scary part. Bromine doesn't just pass through your body. It accumulates in your fat tissue like a toxic savings account. Every sip adds to your bromine bank. Drink enough, and you can develop memory loss, nerve damage, and skin lesions. Your favorite soda was slowly poisoning you. The FDA finally banned it in 2024 after 50 years of letting Americans drink flame retardant. For half a century, we were basically sipping the chemical cousin of what's in fire extinguishers, while the rest of the world watched in disbelief. Number 2, chlorine-washed chicken. Fun fact, American chickens get the same chemical treatment as your local swimming pool. American chicken processors literally dunk their birds in chlorine before selling them. Your dinner took a swim in bleach. But the chlorine isn't the real problem. It's what the chlorine is covering up. American chicken farms are basically bacterial nightclubs. The chickens are packed so tight they're standing in their own waste. Disease spreads faster than gossip in a small town. Instead of fixing these disgusting conditions, producers just bleach the corpses at the end. It's like spraying Febreze on a dumpster fire and calling it fresh. The chlorine is hiding crimes against chickens. The EU banned chlorine-washed chicken back in 1997. Not because chlorine is dangerous, but because using it means your farming practices are trash. They figured if you need to chemically sterilize your meat, you're doing something very wrong. But here's the truly disturbing part. The chlorine bath doesn't just kill bacteria. It also eliminates the smell and slime that tells you meat has gone bad. Mother Nature's warning system chemically erased. So that fresh chicken breast might actually be way past its prime. The chlorine is basically giving zombie chickens a chemical makeover. You'd never know you're eating meat that should have been thrown out days ago. Your nose can't save you anymore. Number 1, the original root beer banned for cancer links. Root beer used to be way more dangerous than any modern energy drink. Back in the day, root beer was made with actual roots from the sassafras tree. People were so obsessed with this flavor, they thought it could cure diseases. Plot twist. It was actually causing them. Scientists discovered sassafras contains something called saffron. This chemical doesn't just increase cancer risk, it speedruns liver tumors like it's going for a world record. Lab rats fed saffron developed tumors faster than you can say refreshing beverage. The FDA banned saffron so fast it made headlines nationwide. One day you're sipping grandpa's favorite drink. The next day it's classified as a carcinogen. The all-American beverage was trying to kill you. But some people still crave that original cancer-causing flavor. There's literally an underground root beer scene of people making bootleg sassafras extract. These soda outlaws are extracting saffron in their basement, risking federal charges for that authentic taste. It's like a speakeasy, but instead of illegal alcohol, it's illegal root beer. People are breaking bad over a soft drink. They're cooking up cancer juice in their garages because they miss the taste of danger. Modern root beer uses artificial sassafras flavor that won't give you tumors. It tastes almost the same, but without the whole dying part. So next time you're sipping root beer, just remember, it used to be a delicious death sentence. And somewhere out there, someone's probably brewing the deadly original in their garage, chasing that forbidden fizz. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them, but the most surprising truth is how easy it is to hide these dangers. For example, did you know that the chlorine bath given to chicken doesn't just kill bacteria? It also chemically erases the smell and slime that would warn you the meat has gone bad. It's a chemical makeover for zombie chickens designed to fool your senses. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. What about the original root beer that was actually a delicious death sentence? If you want to dive deeper into the forbidden foods and bizarre secrets hiding in your pantry, hit that subscribe button. You won't look at your next meal the same way again.